Right, welcome back to Newbie Challenge on Newbie for FS17 version V4 or version 4. And I'm just going to shove the forks on quickly, clean that up because it needs cleaning up. They also need some food, but I think they can wait a little while. And we're just going to fertilise the meadows, i.e. we're going to shove some, shove the weeder across it. First things first, we just do this. Now, I've been looking at how we're doing. Now, we're now early autumn. The only thing that concerns me slightly is the amount of TMR we got. I think we're going to run out before we finish the 2 years. Which the whole idea of this is to go for 2 years, just doing the stuff you start with, plus whatever standard equipment you've got. Wish I'd have got the slightly bigger forks actually for this. Never mind. Can't have everything. But we will have plenty of silage because we're making silage quite often. We just have to shove some to one side to feed up when necessary. And grass will be no problem. Well, except for the winter because we don't get grass. But it will knock the milk production down. But hey-oh, I think by the time we get to that stage, we're going to be well on our way to knocking the overdraft out. That's the main thing we're aiming for. Try it like this if we're there. Yeah, looks like we've got it all. Remember to stop before we hit the gate this end. There's a little bit left there, but I think I'm going to leave that bit near the opening. It's going to be a bit too tricky to get hold of. Unless I open that gate up the other end, go and turn around, come back, get this. No, that sounds too complex. Right, let's put this bit of grass in. We need to mow a little bit of grass out the sheep paddock for the cows anyway, but we'll do that once we've got everything fertilised again. We're going into winter, we're early autumn now, we should just about get the bunker empty, or either about that time or just after. Let's have a look, see what we've got there. Oh, so grass is alright at the moment because that makes grass. Cleanliness isn't going to show too well, but par field we're still over 50%, so I think we're fine. Let's get rid of these forks again. Get rid of the bucket and the forks again. We'll go down to 16 first. As much as we can get done in the half hour. There's no eggs to speak of at the moment. I think there's 6 in there, so I'm going to leave those well alone. Oh, look at that poor thing. Now, what I'm not doing because it's doing everything stripped to the minimum. Nothing fancy. Now, I'm only using. I'll go through this again just in case anybody's new and happens to wonder what the hell's going on. Well, I ain't gonna want the bale fork just yet, so we're putting this in front of that. We could leave this. No, we've got to take the fork off anyway because I need to get the mar out. It gets a bit awkward if I've got this in there. I don't think I should have done that somehow. Never mind. Right, that's there. Well, it was. Lame thing didn't let go. So I should have got the bigger fork, but we didn't. I think I'm going to move this somewhere else. It'll be safer, I think, in here. Yeah, I should have got the 90 instead of 90 instead of 60 or 60 instead of 30. I forget what the numbers are. Right, now let's just see if we can get out. Ah, that's better. I don't think we went straight back last time. Yeah, we're messing about a lot here without actually getting done. Yeah, I was explaining the situation. We're playing it with base game stuff, plus DLCs, plus the straw add-on pack, plus the Massey pack, but I'm not using the Massey pack at the moment. I'm using very few extras. I'm using several script mods. I've got Seasons running, for example. I've got keyboard steer running, plus drive control, plus GPS is on here. The stuff I normally run anyway, but I'm not running any mods which cheat. The idea is, although we are using what could be considered cheats in the actual game engine, one of them is the one we're about to use, fertilising using the weeder. The beauty of doing grass is they don't have to add any fertiliser whatsoever. You mow one layer of fertiliser. You fertilise straight after mowing before it gets a chance to grow again. 2 levels of fertilisation. And the third layer of fertilisation goes in just before you cut. As soon as it's got to the first cut stage, take the weeder over yet again, and there you go. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. All done and dusted. This track, in case you don't really recognise it if you hadn't had all the DLCs, this is from the Modern Classics DLC. It's an excellent tractor for what I'm doing. It's a jack of all trades and powerful enough. You can get other jacks of all trades which are either too powerful. Yeah, so not sounds hard, something's too powerful, but they can be too powerful if oh no, I think actually we may just shot ourselves in the foot here a bit. No, we're alright. Thought perhaps we were going to hit that. Oh, no, what I want to do is just bring that up so we can actually see. Oh, of course we've got that. Just need to up the cruise speed. That should be better. That's a bit better. 4 mile an hour is going to take a very long time. The first pass round, I must probably be off quite a bit of the field layer. Would be on the outside the field definition. I could bring it all in by playing right up to the hedge, but I don't fancy doing that, to be honest. Apart from that, it means getting a plough, but we ain't got one. We've got minimum equipment. This tractor, the only tractor we got. A front fork, a bucket, a bale fork, or bale spike. I think that's it for that. We've got a front mower, centre front mower, forage wagon, the smallest you can get, the Euroboss. Everything's the smallest I can get near enough. What else we got? I think that's almost all we got. Can't think of anything else offhand anyway. And of course we've got chickens, which you're supplied with anyway on 17. You're supplied with 25 chickens, which don't need feeding, so they are very much a win-win. We've got cows which need feeding. You start with 20 cows. I think we've got 22 now. Let's have a look. Yeah, 22 now. 22 cows. They need TMR, silage. Oops, and we're going into the hedge. Try and get away from the hedge a bit. You never can judge that very well. So one thing with 15 head which I wish someone had brought out for 17 and 19, and that's a mirror mod where you could adjust the mirrors. It looked awful when if you had to do a lot of adjustment on it, as the reflective surface popped right out of the frame. But I could be doing this and just watching like the mirror set so I could actually see the damn thing. Now we just wound ourselves up against a tree. Could do it out of cab, but I prefer driving in cab. As bad as I drive. Yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment. Oh, we caught another one. I'm just trying to get in as close as I can. But I was a bit silly really, because I can only do the field definition. Can only fertilise that. When we do one lap and we get GPS set up, it'll be a lot easier then. But you can see if you look at the little map in the bottom left hand corner of the screen, you can see the dark blue around the edge where I've gone over with the weeder. It updates every few seconds, so you won't see it automatically update as I go past something. So we've got two fields which we've given 2 medals, both grass, which is the way P4 worked anyway. Roy done it so you only had grass. You had to plough all the fields before you could put anything into them, or cultivate, because it wasn't. They were defined as fields. But having grass already in there was wonderful. Oh, we got the front weight too. I forgot the front weight. You can see how my mind works. I'm doing one thing and thinking of something else. I know it's what most people think of men anyway. They're doing one thing and thinking of something else. And yes, we shan't go any further there. Let's get this. I was going to, under Roy's suggestion, I was going to cut these trees down, but I decided against, not this end, the other end, to give myself a bit more field to go up. But I don't think that's going to make much difference actually. We are, at the moment, we're doing rather nicely without doing that. Forget what our original overdraft was, but that was that's around $250,000 I think. Now I think we're now down to about under 100,000, and we haven't done a year yet. And the whole idea is to last 2 years, and that's all. Right, I'm gonna come in here. I'm just gonna set up GPS. New it there. Bring it around. 12. Take it off that. I think that'll do. I want to get most of it, so I'm not going to worry too much if I'm going over the same bit twice for this pass. But I can now relax. He says, hopefully. Take that off. When we now get a straight line, we don't miss much. Again, he said, hopefully. And I could keep an eye on this little PDA to see how we're doing. Right. And in other news, well, we're not certain when the patch may well be out by the time you see this, because I make these things about 2 weeks ahead. But in other news, we're still waiting for the patch to land from Giants. Although the DLC's been announced, by the time you see this, it should be out. The first DLC. I've got a feeling that the patch will land about the same time as the DLC. It's just a feeling I've got. I could be wrong, of course. It has been known. Right, let's try and turn this thing around. I'm keeping the weeder down all the time, just so I hit most of it. This is the biggest of the weeders you get with 17, standard 17. This is the 12 metre one. You get a bigger one with 19. Oh yes, and so I was talking about the 19, the patch and first DLC. And Seasons is still slowly wending its way. I haven't seen anything yet at the time of writing. When I do, and there's a version which works, I shall be shoving it on and using it. It's a last major mod I'm waiting for on 19. I've got a form of GPS, I've got a form of drive control. Course player curse is working very well indeed. So main ones I'm looking for I've got. I would like to have the some of the other mods, but they're not as important as the ones mentioned. Not to me anyway. I know to other people it'd be a different tile because they all have different ways of playing. I actually I've been going through some of my farming games, loading them in and having a go at them. And funny, I keep coming back to farming sim. Cattle and Crops hasn't grabbed me. I'll be honest, it just hasn't grabbed me like this. Dynasty is good, Farmers Dynasty, and the rest, well, I've got Per Farming. I keep meaning to load it and have another go at it. I've got most of the others except for Real Farm, which I'm glad to say I managed to convince myself I didn't want, and the right decision I fancy. But we haven't had, as we had with 17, we haven't had all the opposition coming out. And to my mind, the only game was worthy of being real opposition, well, of course it should be Cattle and Crops, but I don't know, it's just something that hasn't grabbed me. But the one that does a bit is Farmers Dynasty. It's different. But then again, you all disagree completely with me. There's a lot of things I like to see changed on Farming Sim. Why in this day and age haven't they got a shuttle control built in that you can switch on and off if you want it? That's it. If you don't want it, you can switch it off. It's almost a must to me. I cannot drive without a shuttle. In fact, I didn't play 19 much until I found the first shuttle control. It's a small thing, but it's surprising what a difference it makes to me. I'll just check now how things are going. Yeah, 19 minutes. So we may get this field done actually. Doesn't take long once we get going. It's quite a big field for Newbie, which of course is now known as Riverview on 19. Oh, and I was saying too that Roy has actually let me have what's almost the finished examples of Maple and Riverview for 19 ready for season. He's just got to add some more sound effects in, I think he said, and wait for season to come out to make it the season's ready, in which case, as soon as that's done, they will be released. And I've got copies of them, which I'm playing around with. I also have a copy of Glen Isla Extended by good mate Cavalier. Don has took in what some of the people were saying, and he got rid of that inner border and he's made it a lot bigger, the map. But the fields are not defined outside the central area. on Glen Isla. It's up to you to make your own fields. Brilliant idea. You will have to do some work with the landscape tool, really to be able to do it properly. But the tool's there. It's built into the game. Use it. It costs money, yes, but use it. In fact, it's very easy to use, and I prefer using that to try and to change anything in GE, not DE, GE. The big problem I find with GE is you can't see what you've done until you load the damn game in again. At least with the landscaping tool, you can see immediately what you've done. And if you are using it and you're not too confident, make a copy of your game, of your save game, play around with it, and if it doesn't go right, reload the saved copy back in, or the copy back in it, and you'll be back to where you started. But I find the controls you really want here to really make a big difference to a farm. It's not actually the big things like landscaping, but actually the paint modes. You can actually make yourself nice little pathways. You can make yourself areas to put things down on, which looks right. I've still sort of experimented with it a bit. I haven't used it too much on the ones I'm showing off, except that Newbie, the family farm, that has had quite a bit of work with the landscape tool on it. I had to. I realised just what a mess up I'd made where I placed the workshop. And I managed to smooth that out. And it's now smooth as a baby's bottom. I suppose baby's bottoms are smooth. Alright, well, 8 minutes left, so we should get very close to finishing this off. I think we'll carry on till we have finished this. If we go 5-10 minutes over, I don't think anybody will worry. Not that too many people watch this series now. I think for two reasons. One, it's the same jobs are done very regularly indeed, on the same fields, using the same equipment. Also, because it's 17, and for some reason people don't like continuing to watch the older games. I found that with the Old Ridge when 17 came out. I kept that going for well through the life of 17, but almost as 17 came out, the viewer numbers dropped. But I was enjoying playing it, so I will carry on. It sounds I'm carrying on, blickling on at the moment. And as far as I'm concerned, that's going to keep going till near the end of 17, till the end of 19. May even carry on past that. It's a lovely map, and I haven't seen or heard anything from Old Boar, so I don't know whether he's producing anything for 19 at all. He may not be. But if he produces Blickling for 19, I will play it and I will feature it. This year, you may already know, and I will just point this out again, I'm only going to be playing maps that I enjoy playing, the style I enjoy playing. I'll only be doing quick look rounds of my sort of review of a map, what I call my personal reviews, on maps I want to play. I'm not going to be doing it on maps that don't grab me. It's not fair if that's not my style. It's not fair for me to actually review it. So most of the stuff on here will be British style maps, whether they're based in Scotland, Ireland or wherever. If they're British style, which for me means small to medium fields, small to medium equipment, driving on the left hand side where it's applicable. Not that that's so important, but it's with very enclosed fields, plenty of hedges, and where any possible hedges with collision zone. Yes, make it a bit difficult. Small type farmyards. I don't mind a really big farm, but they don't grab me. I don't find I enjoy those anywhere near as much. So I've decided that as I'm getting older, I'm going to be playing the stuff I enjoy playing in the way I enjoy playing it. I'm certain that most people you'll see where I'm coming from there. It's no good me attempting, as I attempted on 15 and to a lesser extent on 17, but certainly 15. I tried playing some of the big farms and big maps, and I did not enjoy them. And because it comes across, so I'm not enjoying something. Right, we'll just turn around. We've got the last bit to do. Oh, well, that's alright. We've got about time to drive up to 16. Right, we'll just get on to the next. Is it here or is it the next bit across? Yeah, I think that's here. We'll soon find it anyway. I've only got a little bit left according to that little PDA down the bottom. Now on this series, could I have made more money by cultivating and growing crops? Possibly. It's possible, but would I enjoyed it as much? Possible again. But would it have been what I considered to be the challenge of this particular map? No. The challenge of this map was that silage had been nerfed to the nth degree. Silage is worth almost nothing. Right, let's just fold that up. That'll do. Take off the GPS. And we'll go and drive up to 16. We're not 16, 11. We're on 16 now, you fool. Well, that's ready. That will now be fertilised to the second level come the spring. We won't even have to come down here anymore. Oh, I've got to see what money we owed now. Let's have a quick look. Finance. Yeah, we owe, under 100, we owe 95,000 now. I think we're going to get close to that. We're making about 15,000 every time we empty the bunker. 3 times a year, so that's 45,000. That's going to cut that in half, that overdraft, and hopefully we will make the rest up in milk. Eggs basically pay for the diesel and a little bit towards the maintenance. That's why I keep the eggs going. I keep collecting the eggs. It does pay, but just not a lot. And what I'm going to do is what I have been doing. I'm going to start on 16, 11. Go check that again. Start on 11. And I'll finish that off screen, and then we will next time we'll be feeding the animals. And we should, I think that'd be it for this day then, or this period then. Right. Should have time to do the outline quickly. Well, as quick as we ever do on this. Yeah, I cannot get quite used to how wide some of these things are. Oops, let's just take that down. Right, there we go. That's it. We got it. We'll just do the outline here and we'll be good to go for next time. I can't remember where the edge of the field is. I think we're off it now. Oh no, you can just see it, look. So we come this way a bit more, make sure we get the whole defined field area. Yeah, we're 30 minutes now, so that's not going to be too bad. It'll be about 35 minutes by the time I've done this lap and then done the rest of it. I'm going to just come out of Cavalier. Is that the right way? No, wrong way. And I'm just going to take the picture. That'll do. Sorry about the sudden loud noise, but I can't help that. If I don't do that now, I just forget all about it. I do not do that. Press the throttle instead of just the directions. Well, I think we had another successful, busy episode. Yes, there's nothing else going on except what went on in my probably about 6-7 episodes ago, and that's how this will continue. I'm going to see this one through. I'm going to get the 2 years done, and I'm going to fast forward in time once I've finished all the jobs I can do that period. I keep saying that day because it's not a day, it's a period. We're using 6 days season, 6 days to a season. So each one is about a fortnight, each period is about a fortnight, which is why we can get so much work done. Right. Yes, I think we're done quite well. Get this up here and I think it's time to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. If you're not a subscriber, go on subscribe. You know you really want to. You've been dying to for ages, but you just haven't got around to it. Alright, so you haven't. Let me dream. No. Lift that up once we get ourselves lined up to being a GPS. If you've got any comments, questions, queries, suggestions, well, probably not. I don't think suggestions will work on this series. It's well advanced, and I've got just all I want. And most suggestions come down to mods, and I've got all the mods I'm going to use. I'm not using any other vehicle mods at all. And so that is still like that. We need to new that. Can't actually see. One of the big problems with this is you can't really see how you set now. Oops. Oh, hit the wrong button again. Let's try again. Get rid of that. Thank you. No. Right, we'll start this one off. I think it's going to be close enough. Yeah. So, I read every comment. I acknowledge everyone, and I try and reply to everyone. Sometimes I miss, in which case I apologise muchly. I'm a real jollipizer. That's word my old chap used to say, quite a bit of jollipies. He used to like to mess words about. And no, he wasn't a complete idiot. Mind you, listen to me, he probably was I'm a lot like my old chap. Yeah. Right, with that, it's Mervyn saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.